tuned to Arrow FM, your local community access radio station. The time now is 8 o'clock, time for another hour of the great music that came out in the 1960s with the 60s Nostalgia Show. The 60s Nostalgia Show is kindly sponsored by Cotter and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Martinborough. Cotter and Stevens are contractors, both private and also commercial, and they specialise with things around the dairy shed. I was coming out of a farm the other morning, and this flash-looking vehicle was coming up the drive, and I didn't realise until I was past the driver that it was Jim from Cotter and Stevens, because I saw the big sign on the side of your car, Jim. They're all good guys and girls down at Cotter and Stevens, and my thanks to you guys for sponsoring the 60s Nostalgia Show, and wish you all the best for Christmas and the new year. Hopefully you'll get away for a bit of a break. For what I can hear around the traps, you guys have got a pair of work lined up for 2019. The Ventures there, of course, and Walk Don't Run. Nothing really planned for the show tonight. I am going to play a milestone first up, and we'll have the feature LP, but in between time, if you want to hear a particular song, artist or band, just give us a ring here on 378-0255, 378-0255, and after the lovely Mrs. Beale goes through her spiel, you just press 3 and you'll get through to the studio, and hopefully the phone might be a little bit more improved than what it was last week. Right, as I was thinking Cotter and Stevens, this title sort of spring to mind. Already had it queued up for another reason, but it's Nancy Wilson and You Don't Know How Glad I Am.
My love has no beginning, my love has no end, no front or back, and my love won't bend. I'm in the middle, lost in a spin, loving you. And you don't know, you don't know, you don't know, you don't know how glad I am. My love has no bottom, my love has no top, my love won't rise and my love won't drop. I'm in the middle and I can't stop loving you. And you don't know, you don't know, you don't know, you don't know how glad I am. I wish I were a poet so I could express what I'd like to say. I wish I were an artist so I could paint a picture of how I feel, of how I feel today. My love has no walls on either side, that makes my love whiter than wine. I'm in the middle, and I can't hide loving you. And you don't know, you don't know, you don't know, you don't know how glad I am. And you don't know, you don't know, you don't know, you don't know how glad I am. How glad I am. How glad I am. How glad I am.
That was the magnificent voice of Nancy Wilson, and I, excuse me, I played that as a tribute to the jazz singer Nancy Wilson, who died on the 13th of December, rather, in her home in Pioneer Town, California, at the age of 81. She was born in Ohio, and she left the Central State College to sing in local nightclubs, and she worked her way up to the point where she had charted lots of times, and probably you don't know how glad I am, which got to number 11 in 1964, was probably her greatest hits. She hosted her own NBC TV show in 1966 and was Bill Cosby's mother-in-law on The Cosby Show in the 1980s and early 90s. Nancy Wilson was a magnificent singer. I've got a lot of her LPs at home, and I brought a couple down to play as the feature LP. I haven't quite figured out which one I'll play, so we'll do that later in the show once I've finally decided.
Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me, lose my mind. Imagine how the world could be so very fine, so happy together. No matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my and you and me. No matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. How they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. So happy together. And how is the weather? So happy together. We're happy together. So happy together.
The Turtles there and Happy Together. Next up, we've got Classics 4 and Spooky.
In the cool of the evening when everything is getting kind of groovy, I call you up and ask you if you'd like to go with me and see a movie. First you say no, you got some plans for the night, and then you stop and say, alright, love is kinda crazy with a spooky little girl like you. You always keep me guessing, I never seem to know what you are thinking. And if a fella looks at you, it's for sure your little eye will be a winking. I get confused cause I don't know where I stand, and then you smile and hold my hand. Love is kinda crazy with a spooky little girl like you. Spooky. If you decide someday to stop this little game that you are playing, I'm gonna tell you all the things my heart's been dying to be saying. Just like a ghost, you've been haunting my dreams, so I propose on Halloween. Love is kinda crazy with a spooky little girl like you. Spooky, spooky, oh, oh, alright. I said spooky, oh, yeah, yeah. I said spooky, yeah,
He said to me he wanted to be near to me. He said he never wanted to be out of my sight. But it's too late to give this boy my love tonight. Please wait at the gate of heaven for me, Terry. He said to me he wanted to be close by my side. We had a quarrel, I was untrue on the night he died. And it's too late to tell this boy how great he was. Please wait at the gate of heaven for me, Terry. He rode into the night, accelerated his motorbike. I cried to him in fright, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. He said to me, you are the one I want to be with. He said to me, you are the one who my love I shall give. One day he'll know how hard I prayed for him to live. Please wait at the gate of heaven for me, Terry.
sometimes it just turns out that way. Oh, Monday morning, you gave me no warning of what was to be. Oh, Monday, Monday, how could you leave and not take me? Every other day, every other day, every other day of the week is fine, yeah. But whenever Monday comes, you can find me crying all of the time. Monday, Monday, so good to me. Monday morning, it was all I hoped it would be. But Monday morning couldn't guarantee that Monday evening you would still be here with me. Every other day, every other day, every other day of the week is fine, yeah. But whenever Monday comes, you can find me crying all of the time. Monday, Monday, can't trust that day. Monday, Monday, it just turns out that way. Oh, Monday, Monday, won't go away. Monday, Monday, it's here to stay. Oh, Monday, Monday.
The Mamas and the Papas here, and Monday, and before that we had Twinkle and Terry. It was actually a song that she wrote herself. All that brought the time to 19 and a half minutes after 8 o'clock here on Arrow FM, and you're listening to the 60s Nostalgia Show, which is kindly sponsored by the good people down at Cotter and Stevens in Martinborough. Next up, we've got the Swingin' Blue Jeans and Good Golly Miss Molly, and we'll play this one for a real loyal listener, been listening for years. Peter down in Featherston, and just been on the phone to Peter, and just repeat all the best for Christmas, and all the best for Christmas for all my listeners. Right, after the Swingin' Blue Jeans, I think we'll have a track from the feature album.
Good golly, Miss Molly, yeah, you sure like a ball. Oh, good golly, Miss Molly, yeah, you sure like a ball. When you're shaking and you're shouting, can you hear your mama call? Well, from the early, early morning to the early, early night, when I come, Miss Molly rocking at the house of blue lights. Ooh, good golly, Miss Molly, yeah, you sure like the ball. When you're rocking and rolling, can you hear your mama call? Well, now Mama, Papa told me, son, you better watch your step. What I knew about Miss Molly, God, I was my dad and myself. Good golly, Miss Molly, yeah, you sure like the ball. When you're shaking and you're shouting, can you hear your mama call?
The great Liverpool band there, the Swingin' Blue Jeans, and good golly, Miss Molly. And talking of Liverpool, we'll dedicate that one as well to Raywin and John over in Chester. They left to go back to the UK last week, and would have turned up, I think, from what I've read, you might have turned up at the same time as a little bit of a storm over the UK. Luckily you didn't fly into Gatwick Airport. I heard that on the news tonight they're having trouble with a drone or series of drones sort of buzzing Gatwick Airport, which is a huge and busy airport in London, and they've even got the snipers out to see if they can shoot these drones down. Real problem, because if a drone collided with an aircraft, it could cause all sorts of issues. Righto, we'll have a track now by Nancy Wilson, and this is from an album she put out, I think, in 1966, and here's her version, a slightly real jazzy version of Born Free.
As free as the wind blows, as free as the grass grows, born free to follow your heart. Live free and beauty surrounds you. The world still astounds you each time you look at a star. You are free as a roaring tide, so there's no need to hide. Born free, and life is worth living, but only worth living 'cause you're born free.
Nancy Wilson there, and Born Free. And I've noticed there's a couple of ads on TV that features the Matt Monro version of Born Free. Of course, that was the theme song to the movie, coincidentally called Born Free, all about the lion. I just can't quite remember what the lion's name was. Just looking at that, I was thinking if she hosted a TV show in the States in 1966, that was probably a little groundbreaking, given that Nancy Wilson was in Afro-American. I know that Nat King Cole hosted a show in the States earlier in the 1960s, and it caused all sorts of problems. That was from this album, and as I said, I think this one came out in 1966. It's the album called Just For Now, and it's up the top there, new improved full dimensional stereo. So that's the front cover of that album of Nancy Wilson, and we'll move it that way and up just a little bit, and you'll see Nancy there in a backless dress, and went to the other camera. They didn't want it. And there's the back of it, there's a whole series of albums on the back of that. I can't quite see if we can pick them up, but a number of albums that she put out, and just looking at them, I've got all of them. I've got quite a collection of Nancy Wilson because I really love her singing.
We've already said
The Moody Blues there, and Go Now brought the time to 29 minutes to 9 o'clock here on Arrow FM. And next up we've got Bob Luman.
In every other song that I've heard lately, some fellow gets shot, and his baby and his best friend both die with him, as likely as not. In half of the other songs, some cats crying are ready to die. We've lost most all of our happy people, and I'm a-wondering why. Let's think about living.
Think about living.
Let's think about loving.
Think about loving.
Let's think about the hooping and the hopping and the bopping and the loving, lovey-dovey. Let's forget about the wine and the crying, the shooting and the dying, and the fellow with a switchblade knife. Let's think about living. Let's think about life. Old Marty Robbins down in El Paso a little while back, and now Miss Patty Page, or one of them, is wearing black. And Kathy's clown has Don and Phil where they feel like they could die. If we keep on losing our singers like that, I'll be the only one you can buy. Let's think about living.
Think about living.
Let's think about loving.
Think about loving.
Let's think about the hooping and the hopping and the bopping and the lovey-dovey. Let's forget about the whining and the crying and the shooting and the dying and the fellow with the switchblade knife. Let's think about living. Let's think about life. Let's think about living. Let's think about loving. Let's think about the hooping and the hopping and the bopping and the lovey-dovey. Let's forget about the whining and the crying and the shooting and the dying and the fellow with the switchblade knife. Let's think about living. Let's think about life. Let's think about living. Let's think about life. Let's think about living. Let's think about life. Let's think about living. Let's think about life.
Bob Lumen there, and let's think about living on the 60s Nostalgia Show, kindly sponsored by Cotter and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough. Next up, we've got a song that was featured in the film Four Weddings and a Funeral that starred Hugh Grant, and I think the version of the song was performed by some band called Wet, Wet, Wet. But here's the original version by the Bonds. The original version by the Trogs.
I feel it in my fingers, I feel it in my toes. Well, love is all around me, and so the feeling grows. It's written on the wind, it's everywhere I go. So if you really love me, come on and let it show. You know I love you, I always will. My mind's made up by the way that I feel. There's no beginning, there'll be no end. 'Cause on my love you can depend. I see your face before me as I lay on my bed. I kinda get to thinking of all the things you said. You gave your promise to me, and I gave mine to you. I need someone beside me in everything I do. You know I love you, I always will. My mind's made up by the way that I feel. There's no beginning, there'll be no end. 'Cause on my love you can depend. It's written on the wind, it's everywhere I go. So if you really love me, come on and let it show. 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 Come on and let it show.
Winchester Cathedral, you're bringing me down. You stood and you watched as my baby left town. You could have done something, but you didn't try. You didn't do nothing. You let him walk by. Now everyone knows just how much I needed that man. He wouldn't have gone far away if you'd started ringing your bell. When just a cathedral, you're bringing me down. You stood and you watched as my baby left town. Now everyone knows just how much I needed that man. He wouldn't have gone far away if you'd started ringing your bell. When just a cathedral, you're bringing me down. You stood and you watched as my baby left town. Winchester Cathedral, you're bringing me down. You stood and you watched as.
Nancy Wilson there, and swinging version of a Winchester Cathedral from tonight's feature LP. And while it was on, I was thinking if you do have an interest in jazz, or we'd like to hear some jazz, we've got a great jazz show here on Arrow FM. It plays on a Wednesday, 12:30 in the afternoon. It's hosted by a guy called Alex Nyman, who is a saxophonist and also has played all around the world and is a really knowledgeable guy. So that's the Jazz Club, 12:30 on a Wednesday on Arrow FM. And if you can't see it then, of course, you can catch it on either the podcast on our website, or you could click on Alex's program on our website and it'll take you to the latest video. You could watch it on Wairarapa TV. You can watch it on Wairarapa TV's app, or through their website as well. So it's well worth a listen. It is now 19 and a half minutes to 9 o'clock. Time now for, I think it's a song. I haven't queued it up yet, so let's just wind it up to number 11. It's Adam Faith.
For me, for me, sorrow's heaving around my head. It's been heard and it's been said that you tried to date another guy, didn't hide, didn't even try, cheating me with lies again, making me remember when I used to hold you, baby, so tight each night. That's right, I could have hoped that maybe you might fall for me. The voices say to me, sit and cry, this was meant to be. Love's unkind and love's untrue. Oh, why did love pick out you for me? For me, for me. I used to hold you, baby, so tight each night. That's right, I kind of hope that maybe you might fall for me. why do voices say to me, sit and cry, that this was meant to be, love's unkind and love's untrue. Oh, why did love pick out you for me, for me, for me, for me?
If I were a tower of strength, I'd walk away, I'd look in your eyes, and here's what I'd say: I don't want you, I don't need you, I don't love you anymore. And I'd walk out the door, you'd be down on your knees, you'd be calling to me. But a tower of strength is a something I'll never be. If I were a tower of strength, I'd watch you cry, I'd laugh at your tears and tell you goodbye. I don't want you, I don't need you, I don't love you anymore. And I'd walk out that door, you'd be down on your knees, you'd be calling to me. But a tower of strength is a something I'll never be. I don't want you, I don't need you, I don't love you anymore. And I'd walk out that door, you'd be down on your knees, you'd be calling to me. But a tower of strength is a something I'll never be.
That's a track from way back in the 1960s. It was either 60 or 61. Gene McDaniels and Tower of Strength. And that brought the time to bang on 8:45 here on Arrow FM. Time now for the Flirtations and Nothing But a Heartache.
day, 'cause he was telling everyone in town of the love that he just found. And Marie's the name of his latest flame. He talked and talked, and I heard him say that she had the longest, blackest hair, the prettiest green eyes anywhere. And Marie's the name of his latest flame. Though I smiled, the tears inside were a-burning. I wished him luck and then he said goodbye. He was gone, but still his words kept returning. What else was there for me to do but cry? Would you believe that yesterday this girl was in my arms and swore to me she'd be mine eternally? And Marie's the name of his latest flame. Though I smiled, the tears inside were a-burning. I wished him luck and then he said goodbye. He was gone, but still his words kept returning. What else was there for me to do but cry? Would you believe that yesterday this girl was in my arms and swore to me she'd be mine eternally? And Marie's the name of his latest flame. Yeah, Marie's the name of his latest flame. Oh, Marie's the name of his latest flame. Oh, Marie's the name.
Elvis there, and from 1961, Marie's the name of his latest flame. All right, let's have Chubby Checker and let's twist again.
Somewhere up a New York way, where the people are so gay, twisting the night away. Here they have a lot of fun, putting trouble on the run. Man, you find the old and young, twisting the night away. They're twisting twisting. Everybody's feeling great. They're twisting, twisting. They're twisting the night away. Here's a man in evening clothes. How he got here, I don't know, but man, you ought to see him go, twisting the night away. He's dancing with the chicken slacks. She's moving up and back. Oh man, there ain't nothing like twisting the night away. They're twisting, twisting. Everybody's feeling great. They're twisting, twisting. They're twisting the night. Let's twist a while. Lean up, lean back, lean up, lean back. Twisting the night away. Here's a fella in blue jeans dancing with the older queen who's dolled up in her diamond rings and twisting the night away. Man, you ought to see her go, twisting to the rock and roll. Here you find the young and old, twisting the night away. They're twisting, twisting, man. Everybody's feeling great. They're twisting, twisting. They're twisting the night. One more time. Lean up, lean back, lean up, lean back.
Sam Cooke there and twisting the night away. Time now for a little shorty to finish the show.
How do you do what you do to me? I wish I knew. If I knew how you do it to me, I'd do it to you. How do you do what you do to me? I'm feeling blue. Wish I knew how you do it to me, but I haven't a clue. You give me a feeling in my heart, like an arrow passing through it. Suppose that you think you're very smart, but won't you tell me how do you do it? How do you do what you do to me? If I only knew, then perhaps you'd fall for me like I fell for you. You give me a feeling in my heart, like an arrow passing through it. Suppose that you think you're very smart, but won't you tell me how do you do it? How do you do what you do to me? If I only knew, then perhaps you'd fall for me like I fell for you when I do it to you.
Jerry and the Pacemakers there, and how do you do it? Bringing to a close another edition of the 60s Nostalgia Show, which was first broadcast all over the wonderful Wairarapa on Arrow FM and brought to you with the kind sponsorship of Cotter and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough.